nVent PYROTENAX is developing a series of short videos to help explain the most common codes for critical life safety circuits. In previous videos, we discussed Articles 695, 700, and 708. Today we will be discussing a unique code that governs fire-resistive cable systems, NEC Article 728. There's an old saying that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. That's certainly true for fire-resistive cable systems, and it's the essence of Article 728. First appearing in NEC 2014, 728.4 states, fire-resistive cables, fire-resistive conductors, and components shall be tested and listed as a complete system, shall be designated for use in a specific fire-rated system, and shall not be interchangeable between systems. The key takeaway from Article 728 is that everything to be used in a fire-resistive cable solution shall be included as part of the testing and is then specified into each product listing. Absolutely no substitutions are allowed. To learn what exactly is required for each system, visit UL's Product IQ website. So what is included in a 728 compliant system? 728.5 installation states, fire-resistive cable systems installed outside the fire-rated rooms they serve, such as the electrical room or the fire pump room, shall comply with the requirements of 728.5 A through H and all other installation instructions provided in the listing. Items A through H include mounting the system, supports, raceways and couplings, cable trays, boxes, pulling lubricants, vertical supports, and splices. 728.6 discusses permissible grounding systems, and 728.12 concerns proper cable system marking. At first glance, it seems there are a lot of details responsible engineers, contractors, and fire marshals, inspectors, and other AHJs need to make sure are correct to have a 728 compliant system. As mentioned previously, there is one place to go to understand all the details. Did you know UL's Product IQ database contains all the information for each UL listed electrical circuit protective system, including proper installation requirements to help ensure you have a complete system that meets Article 728 requirements. For system certification, Underwriters Laboratories assembles fire-resistive cable systems exactly per each manufacturer's instructions and then tests the entire system to ANSI UL 2196. This system testing consists of 2 hours of exposure to fire conditions, followed by a hose stream test to simulate firefighter activity. Systems that meet UL 2196 requirement are assigned their own FHIT number. For example, nVent PYROTENAX System 1850 is FHIT 1850. The UL website provides information for each listed fire-resistive cable system regarding the proper installation requirements to maintain its fire rating. UL's insistence on a complete system listing ensures that no substitutions of parts of a system can be made that would compromise the integrity and performance of the system in its entirety. If it's not specifically called out, it's not allowed. Article 728 is all about eliminating weak links that could cause the entire system to fail exactly when it's needed most. All listed systems have important details that must be followed exactly for the system to perform properly. Marking is one aspect of 728. For example, every piece of PYROTENAX MI cable has a continuous print string that clearly identifies what size it is and its system listing number. Did you know that conduit matters and is very tightly regulated by 728 listings? Unlike MI cable, some particular fire-rated cables are required to be installed in conduit because they require additional physical protection. One important aspect regarding cable and conduit that often gets overlooked is how the ampacity allowances of a cable change once it is placed inside conduit. Generally speaking, the gauge size of the cable needs to be increased 2 to 3 sizes as compared to single conductor MI cable, which does not require conduit. There are also several other potential issues that must be addressed when considering a fire-rated cable option that requires conduit. Due to past issues with these type of cable systems, UL listings are very rigid as to what can and can't be used as part of the installation. For example, one can only use the specific manufacturer and brand of conduit that is noted in the listing. The same is true for the connectors, couplings, or boxes used. If anything gets substituted in the field, the listing is invalid. As you know, there are many manufacturers and brands of MC cables, conduits, coupling, boxes, etc. available in the market today. For these types of commodity products, price and availability normally determines which is purchased on any given project at any given time. Even with all parties' best intentions, is it practical to think you can always guarantee that the specific brands of conduit and components will be installed for fire-rated applications? Sadly, history has taught us that we can't assume products will work together in a fire unless they have been tested together. That is the essence of Article 728. Did you know that if you use a pooling lubricant other than what's in the listing, you no longer have a UL listed system? If a lubricant is noted in the listing, you can only use that one specific brand of lubricant. If one is not listed, then you can't use any pooling lubricant at all. Realistically, is a contractor going to try and pool heavy silicone rubber insulated cables through conduit without a pooling lubricant? Is it practical to think that every electrician is even aware of these specific requirements? Even with all parties' best intentions, can you really guarantee what is used in your fire-rated project every time when we are talking about commodity-type products? When it comes to life safety and protecting critical circuits, the more specific pieces required and the more restrictions imposed increases the chances that something will be done incorrectly and ultimately increase the chance of failure in a fire. Did you know that mounting and supports are also an important aspect of Article 728? It's important to understand that every listed system has its specific requirements for supports. For example, fire-rated MC cable is required to be supported every 4 feet, both vertically and horizontally, due primarily to its outer corrugated cover. Fire-rated RHW cable and conduit has 5-foot support requirements. MI cable in pre-air has the most favorable support requirements at 6-foot intervals, both vertically and horizontally, due to its inherent makeup and superior mechanical strength. Structural considerations, weight, and space should not be overlooked when it comes to protecting critical circuits. When comparing the different cable options in regard to ampacity ratings, weight, support requirements, and required need for additional mechanical protection, MI cable will require significantly less space than the other commodity type options. The overall weight of the MI system will be less, often significantly less, than the other options. That's very important, especially when designing in a retrofit situation. Did you know that PYROTENAX FHIT System 1850 type MI solutions are specifically listed as an Article 728 approved option for electrical feeders and carry far fewer restrictions and stipulations than other FHIT listed systems? They also have a variety of approved splices, while many other systems have no splices approved. We hope you found this video interesting and informative, and you now have a better understanding of Article 728 and how 728 impacts your project. You also now know where to go when you need to know all the detailed system listing information. To be notified when new videos become available, or for additional information regarding nVent PYROTENAX System 1850 solutions, please find us on the web, and thanks for viewing.